33, Ash Phillips. On the bench for Rovers today is 13, Ainsley Purrs, 7, Teo Eden, 10, Tyrese Dolan, 17, Aidan Carter, 19, Ryan Hedges, 29, Jack Vale, and 36 is Adam Wharton. Rovers substitution replacing number 8 Sam Schmodix is number 10 Tyrese Dolan.
Fucking useless. Come on! Good delivery. Take your turn! Do something!
Nice, Ben.
Go right foot. Go right foot. Holding arms. Jesus. What the fuck is that? Come on, Ali! Come on, take your time! Give it a play short, Phillips. Give it water on it. It's left footed there. Get up! Aidan Fleet's good at everything unless you do something different. It's good, Ryan. He didn't video me all of them talking. Cross it in!
So it's currently 5 to 8. Just had a few hours to kind of digest what I'd seen at Rovers today. That makes 3 wins, 3 losses in the league, and that is 3 losses on the bounce after 3 wins on the bounce, being top of the league. Seems like a long time ago now. Really disappointing today to give away a goal so easily. Joe Rankin Costello, after I said on the pre-game that I was, happy he was getting his chance today, after he'd impressed me in the 2 performances in the Cup, once again showing that this isn't his level, I don't think, especially at right back anyway. It might be his level as a winger or a midfielder, but he is not a championship level right back. To give away the ball so sloppily in that position, I don't know what he was thinking. But even then, no pressing from anyone when the ball falls to the player's feet, and just basically said to him, go on, have a go, see if you can score, and he did. Kaminski didn't cover himself in glory for that save either. He probably could have done better. But at the same time, I struggle to criticise him when the team are just allowing someone to have a shot on his goal for no apparent reason. No one, pushing out to stop the threat. What's just amateur stuff, really. And considering we're meant to be this high-pressing, intense team, that is the exact opposite of what JDT wants to see, and, is worrying, really. Really worrying. Absolutely no goal threat. That's 3 games in a row now. We've not registered a goal. That's 6 goals in 6 games, what isn't great, to be honest. 3 of those coming in a demolition against Swansea. And the 2 games we've won, we only won by 1 goal. So when Diaz goes next week, inevitably, who is going to step up and score the goals this season? Bradley Dack may as well have been invisible today, other than, the one decent chance he had, which the goalkeeper had to rush out and smother. He really didn't do anything, to be honest. Gallagher, at this rate, he's on course for another 9-10 goals a season at his current rate of goals to game, which hardly isn't surprising, although I think a few fans maybe got the hopes up a little bit because of how he was in the pre-season, but I still remained that I thought he wouldn't step up, and it seems like his performances are exactly the same as we've come to know, unfortunately. I just struggle to see where the goals are coming from. If Diaz goes, we desperately need a replacement, and we can't leave Diaz leaving too late, because I haven't even heard us have any connections really with someone who could replace Diaz other than a Josh Bowler, but it's been weeks since those connections were made, and they've kind of seemed dead in the water at this point, of potentially signing Bowler. And even then, he doesn't really replace his goals. He's not a 20-goal-a-season man anyway at Blackpool. So you're questioning if he were to come in, could he do that for Rovers? Likely not. Ideally, I would like a Diaz replacement and a striker, but from all accounts, we're only supposed to be getting 3 more signings in, 2 of which will be centre-backs, 1 of which we already know is Hyam. Didn't play today for Coventry, and they've confirmed on their Twitter they accepted a transfer fee for him. So that will, 99% be us. So I expect that to be released tomorrow, I'm guessing. And then, it's looking likely that the other signing is going to be Corker or Van der Berg. And then it's a toss-up who that last signing is, but it has to be a Diaz replacement, because he's obviously going to go. And I'm really underwhelmed, to be honest, if we were to end the transfer window with only those signings. JDT said we had, 7 players leave the squad last season, something like that. And I don't even think we'd have 7 bodies in. We'd have 6 in if we were to only bring 3 more signings in. Obviously, we've already got Morton, Britton and Smodic. None of which have set the team alight, in my opinion. Morton's probably been the best out of the bunch, but even then, in the championship games, he hasn't made too much of an impact. It's more been the cup that he's impressed me. Smodic got his goal against Swansea, but other than that, hasn't done anything. And Britton has been okay. I think he's got the potential to be better than Nyambe, but he hasn't been brilliant either by any means. I think Phillips showed again today. He's very weak in the air. He's not ready for this level, and I'm just hoping and praying Hyam is, ready to play against Blackpool, and we can at least take a draw. I can't see us winning that game at all after what I've seen today. To have, 70% of the ball, 18 shots, and to only register 2 on target is shocking, really. The keeper, may as well have not been in net, to be honest. It was too easy for him, way too easy for a keeper who isn't even the first team keeper either. We didn't challenge at all. And once again, we've shown that if we're given the ball, which, you know, I think teams know we can't deal with, we can't play with the ball, we just do nothing with it. We can't break a team down at all. We've shown again, once we go 1-0 down, we just can't do anything. You know, I don't think it's any coincidence that the 3 games we've lost, we've gone behind in each of those games and haven't replied with a goal in each of those games. You know, obviously, if you do go down 1-0 first, it is obviously more likely you're going to lose the game than win it. That's obvious. But to not reply with a goal in any of those games, to not even look close to coming to win any of those games, is worrying. You know, Reading, Stoke, today, both times we dominated the ball and did positively nothing with it, to be honest. And how many times can you say that about last season? And I thought it was down to Mowbray, that he just didn't have the tactics to be able to break these teams down. But it seems like it's the players. And this team's crying out for a player or two at least who can unlock a defence, unlock a low block. Because if we come up against any team that decides to sit in, give us 70% of the ball, and, you know, say come and attack us, we just look hopeless. We look absolutely dire. And I think the only way we ever score in those sort of situations is from a set piece. You know, and we're very much a counter-attacking team. I think that's clear to see. You look at the first 3 games which we won, we didn't dominate the ball in any of those games, and we ended up winning all 3 of them. And the contrary, Reading and Stoke, we have all the ball and can't do anything with it. Sheffield United's a different story there. You know, even though we didn't have the ball that game, we were, you know, just way off it, and they're a much better team than us. So I don't even think, you know, no matter how good we were, it would have always been a struggle to go to Sheffield United and get a result. We were just absolutely awful, and we did go there trying to, you know, shithouse a 0-0. I'm really worried, to be honest. I go into Blackpool not confident at all, even though we'll more than likely have Hyam at the back, or at least Wharton or Carter, you would think. It should be the last game Phillips features starting. I just can't see where a goal's coming from. Buckley, very poor again today. He was played in a front 4, which is the last place John Buckley should be playing. He is no good with his back to goal. He needs to be in that double pivot with Travis, see all the pitch in front of him and try and find his man. Even though he wasn't great against Reading or Sheffield United, that doesn't mean you start playing him in a front 4 and trying him there, because he can't shoot. Even though, you know, the 2 goals he got last season, well, he got 3, but the 2 obviously bangers he scored, you know, I think both were deflections. Or maybe I know the one against Preston was a deflection. I can't remember whether the one against Birmingham was, but he isn't prolific at all. He isn't going to get us 10 goals this season. He'll probably be lucky to match last season's, to be honest. You know, it was no surprise to me he was subbed off at half time. I thought him and Rankin Costello had to go off. And I just hope that on Wednesday we start with Hedges, who should have started today. I know he's coming back from an injury, but if he's fit enough to be on the bench, he's fit enough to be on the pitch and give us at least 60, in my opinion. I think he should have started today over Buckley. You know, Smodic, I think he needs to be dropped. Done nothing again today. Diaz, obviously, if he's still with us, he has to play, but that is 3 really poor games in a row now from him. Dak, almost invisible, but I think Dak's a player who needs the service. I don't think he's really going to create anything for himself. So I think he needs, obviously, that service like we saw at Bradford, with that good crossing from Edon to his feet, puts it away. He needs that. Travis, Morton, I don't know. I think Adam Wharton definitely deserves a start, or at least another sub appearance from what I saw today. Absolutely brilliant, picking out passes really, really well. Almost Buckley-esque when Buckley's in his pomp. Just finding balls so easily over the top. Real good vision. And that's the best game I've seen from him, and against, obviously championship opposition too. I think he should definitely get a look in. I think obviously Phillips needs to come out the team. Rankin Costello cannot start if Britton's fully fit. And even if he is, I would rather play Hayden Carter or John Buckley there at right back over Costello after costing us 3 points today. I think Edun potentially needs to go in over Pickering. I thought he was quite good today when he come off the bench. Gave us more drive, gave us more of a threat down that left-hand side. Like I said, I'd potentially start Wharton in the midfield, but I suspect he'll go Travis and Morton again. But I definitely think Wharton should feature. I'd then go with a front four with Diaz, Dak, probably Gallagher, because I think Smodic has been woeful, to be honest, ever since his goal, and Hedges. So we need another forward player. We can't persist with what we've currently got, in my opinion. Else it's going to be a struggle this season unless Dak was to step up, which seems unlikely. Considering for how long he's been out for, he just doesn't look the same player anymore, unfortunately. So on to Wednesday, I guess. I'll be there, and hopefully we can get a result after, we lost last season there. Like I mentioned in my last vlog, this run of fixtures we had, we were all looking at and thinking would be hard. We lost at home to Stoke last season. They've gone and done it. They've gone and beat us again. We've obviously got Blackpool away on Wednesday. A team that are above us, actually, which I'm surprised about. They seem to have started quite well, considering they've got Appleton at the helm, which I don't think anyone would have thought would go well, even Blackpool fans. And we go there in really shit run of form, obviously, and we go there after being beat there 2-1 last season, although we did have half a team out last season. We were having to play McGlaw at right back, what was one of the worst performances I've seen in a Rovers shirt. But we could be going there in similar fashion, unfortunately. So hopefully we can do the business and then just move on to the next one, I guess. But obviously it's just hard game after hard game at the minute, and I don't think we can be too disheartened with the position we're in. 3 wins and 3 losses from this first 6. I think most Rovers fans would have took, to be honest with you. So, I think QPR at home, most fans could have took a draw from that. Swansea away, most fans definitely would have took a draw from that. West Brom at home, most fans would have took a draw from that. Then Reading away is one I think most fans would have wanted to win. Sheffield United away, I think most fans would have admitted we were always going to lose. And then today at home against Stoke, they're not an easy team, but I think most fans would have wanted a win today. But like I said, they beat us last season at home, so it's and then obviously we've got Blackpool away, which is not going to be an easy game by any means. Another team who I mentioned beat us last season, so it's been a hard run. And I think we're finding ourselves in a position where it's probably fair, and the position will probably be our level this season. So let's hope we can at least have some joy on Wednesday and not make it 4 losses on the bounce. I'd take a draw right now, to be honest with you. So on to Wednesday, I guess, and I hope to see you there for some more content on the Blackburn Roverseas channel.